My name is Julian. I'm a wine producer here in France, although I'm not French. I'm English and Canadian. And I've recently started a wine trading company that I've named after myself, because I've got a big ego. What I mean by a wine trading company is I buy grapes, or I buy wine, or I buy bottles of wine, and I put my own label on it. If I'm putting my label, I want to have obviously as much say as possible in the process by which it's made, so I prefer to buy grapes. But sometimes if I want to offer the wine at the best possible price, I have to buy ready-made wine.
So this is the staff kitchen, which I hijacked to do my measurements. Miniature version of what we do in the winery, basically.
The reason I started the trading company is I found it a little bit frustrating only making wine in a small family estate where you have to contend with what that estate can offer you in terms of grapes and climatic conditions. And I really felt the need to try making wines in different regions where I have different grape varieties available to me with different climatic conditions. The Grand Cru, our family estate, is doing quite well, and we sell most of our wines in France, but we also export to 15 countries. With the family estate, I have to, get agreement with my parents, who are the other two shareholders. I don't have as much freedom of action as I do with my Jules brand. I have quite a lot of freedom managing our family estate, but I do have to have the agreement with my parents, and they don't always are not willing to take the same risks I am in making a wine or trying a new label or trying to sell in a new market. Jules is my baby, and Grand Cru is sort of the family baby.
And the most important, I'm gonna taste this. It's still a little bit herbaceous.
It's not quite ripe yet.
Here at the vineyard, there's myself, there's Stefan, winemaker, vineyard manager, takes care of production. Saeed, who is his right-hand man, he manages the harvest, so he's out in the fields managing our team of pickers. Irene, who's in charge of sales. And Bernadette, she's our oenologist. She's older than we are and very experienced. She consults for a number of vineyards. Stefan is a very meticulous kind of guy, and he's the guy doing most of the work. And I guess I'm closest to the customer, so I have a better handle on what wines we need to be making. So I usually try and suggest new processes we could introduce in our winery. Stefan and Bernadette, they sort of temper the excesses of my wishes to experiment. And there's also my parents. I shouldn't forget my parents. They're not really involved in the day-to-day, but they're there as an extra pair of hands to help out when it's necessary. My mother is an artist by profession, so she designed the labels of the estate wine and always has her say in anything that involves aesthetics and communication and marketing. My dad used to be a politician, so he's great with people. He gets a kick out of welcoming people when they come to the shop and getting to know them. And of course, they're the primary investors of this vineyard. They obviously have an important say in all strategic decisions that are made for the vineyard.
So I'm going to take this down to Stefan and so he can taste it and give me his opinion.
My name is Irene and I'm 33 years old. I started working with Julian in 2003, but I met him in 2002. Actually, I met Julian's wine before meeting him. I had one of his rosé with some friends, and it was absolutely stunning. One of my friends knew that Julian was looking for a salesperson. I was quite, forced to come here and have a job interview.
Very little rain. July, nothing. Mostly August, nothing. May, a little bit. June, a bit, but very little. I mean, this is rain for us, eh? This is a storm. It's a big-time storm going on here now.
It becomes your baby. It becomes your creation. And when you create something, you want it to, like having a child, you want it to grow, to stand on its own 2 feet and do well.
I'd been in politics, I'd been in business, I'd been a teacher at university, but I'd never been a farmer. And I always wanted to have some connection with the land, because always in my makeup, that's where I'm most at home, when I'm in the countryside.
Wine is a creative product. It's grapes, which is sensuous. You can get excited about taste.
No one holds the truth for what's good and how to make a good wine and what is the best wine to drink. and so forth. Okay, you can stop now.